is without a doubt one of the strangest, most surreal places I have ever seen. Sao Vicente, Cape Verde. Hi there, good afternoon. How's it going? Today is Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. Currently 73 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 23 degrees Celsius. Another very pleasant, mostly sunny, partly cloudy day here in Cape Verde. So this is Mindelo, the largest city on the island of Sao Vicente. I flew here yesterday afternoon from Sao Island. I have a few days here. It is a really cool city. Very bustling, happening, feels kind of cosmopolitan. I like it more than Praia, the capital, I would say, where I started my Cape Verdean adventure. It was also an interesting city, but this one really is something quite special, and kind of a lot going on here, including Carnival coming up in a few days. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that it was happening when I booked my flights, and I'm flying out the day before it starts. But you can see the bleachers and various seats set up for the Carnival celebrations. Maybe we will see something in the next day or two as far as kind of an introductory, I don't know, maybe they're practicing or something like that, because yesterday on Sao Island then I saw a sort of parade procession thing of these people that were dancing and drumming in the street in one of the little towns there on Sao Island. Was a pre-Carnival celebration, so we'll see what happens in the coming days. But anyways, the plan for now is to get out of town. I have a motorbike right there. I might make a tour of the city tomorrow and show more of it, because it definitely deserves a full video of its own. But for now, let's take advantage of this amazing sunny day, although it's pretty much always beautiful sunny days in Cape Verde. It is mostly sunshine around here, but let's get the day going. Hop on the motorbike. I need to actually turn around and go back that way, so maybe I will show a little bit of the city here as I cruise through it. 15 euros, that is $18 US per day. It is pretty clunky. I'm hoping that it actually hangs in there and doesn't break down on me, but we shall find out. So I have a plan to do this loop. Basically, it will take 30 minutes to get to one side of the island, and then another 30 minutes or so to come back, but of course I will make lots of stops along the way. So let's do it. One day on Sao Vicente Island, Cape Verde. All right, here we go through the city. Nice waterfront area. You can hear the motorbike rattling away. There's some nice restaurants around here. You can see the old Portuguese constructed buildings. Cape Verde gained independence from Portugal in 1975, so only 50 years of independence. Happening little market area there. Quintal des Artes. Wow. Okay. I gotta stop and take a quick look at that. So some sort of like art collective maybe? Of different art shops. Not looking very busy at the moment. Probably more active at other times. Maybe it is siesta time in the afternoon. Foosball. Respetar artistas. You can imagine there must be some gatherings happening here sometimes. You can smell the fish. Classic market scene here. All right. This city is definitely very alive. I'm guessing there's probably a bigger market somewhere. Okay, and speaking of bigger markets, yes indeed, that is kind of like an offshoot of the market. Here's the main market. Lots of very artistic items for sale. Boy, the weather here is so kind of schizophrenic in a way, because as soon as the sun comes out, it gets really hot. And then as soon as a cloud goes over and the wind picks up, it gets cool. Now with the sun on me, I'd like to be wearing shorts, but at one point I was considering putting on a long sleeve shirt. It's like that in-between zone in which it can easily get hotter or cooler. But not gonna rain, that is pretty well guaranteed. All right, let's get out of here. And here we go, getting out of town, getting a view of the mountains. It is a pretty mountainous island. And also very barren looking landscapes. some sort of a building up on top of this hill on the right. Definitely looks abandoned, old, ruined something. Super intrigued to see that, but I think that is too much hassle to try to get up there. Actually, it looks like kind of a fun hike if you could find a way up there, which you probably could. It really isn't that far, but I think I will skip that one for today. On the subject of climbing mountains, let's climb one. It's really more of a hill, but we should get a little bit of a view. Man, the wind is intense. And the sun is really intense as well. Once there are no clouds around at all, now all of a sudden almost no clouds overhead, and it is heating up. I actually do have shorts that I could change into, and it may very well do. These are some really kind of classic African looking landscapes. Feels a lot like Saudi Arabia or something. Desertous with scattered palm trees, lots of exposed dirt and rocks. Looking forward to seeing the 360-degree view from the top here. All right. I wonder if there are snakes around here. Wouldn't be surprised. Cool. Look at that. Nice little bit of a view. Some gardens down there. Looks like maybe lettuce or something. Wild. So heading out that road out that way, and then other side of the island, not too far away, another 20-minute drive or something. Big fire out there. I hope I didn't leave my motorbike in the way. I think they should be able to. Great, that truck is kind of stopped. Okay, I better get down there. I might have screwed up there. I just thought there was no chance of traffic coming along. It's not right in the road, but maybe slightly. No, they must have turned around for another reason. It's not in the way. Anyways. Alright, let's take a quick poke around. These landscapes are just kind of surreal. Feels very Wild West, Texas or something, but with palm trees. Everything is so kind of just desolate, windswept, dusty, half-built, falling apart, yet with charm and just kind of no hurry, no worry vibes. Windmills, little old shacks, under construction buildings. All right, just a few minutes more to go to the other side of the island and the Atlantic Ocean. Detour. Bridge out, I guess. What's that? Water, I guess. Little church. Yep. Road out there. And then notice that this road isn't properly paved. It's all cobblestone. It's been like this the whole way. Very bumpy to go across. Plus it's been super windy. Looking forward to getting to the other side. And then I will go back a different way, make it a loop. Thank God we're almost there. This has actually been kind of a brutal ride. Between the bumpy cobblestone and especially the wind. Took longer than I expected. I guess the 30 minutes was probably by car. Going 25 miles an hour takes longer. Chapel of Saint Domingo Savior, I guess. Domingo meaning Sunday in Spanish, so looks like it's not open, but there was also something to see around the corner here. On the edge of this, whatever it is, town, village. And look at this. Obviously a little school here. Oh, I wonder if they could be actually in session. So, colorful mural. Little boat up there. Some bottles. Kind of surrealist a little bit. Some buildings. Today is a Tuesday, but no cars. Not hearing any voices. I think it must be not in session today. So to the right we have the volcano. I guess that must be it right there. A sandy beach. Saragarcha looks like another beach, but that is the opposite direction from getting back to the main town, and it looks like it's going to be a dirt, gravel, rocky road the whole way. I think I'm going to just keep on making this loop that way. Hello. And I think that we're going to see plenty of interesting things along the way heading back, including the town or village of Calhao. And more volcano looking things out there. Getting a better look at the volcano here. Such utterly desolate landscapes. So I guess you could probably drive out there and then hike up to the top. That would certainly be a pretty awesome experience, I'm sure. But also very intense in this afternoon sunlight. I think I'm going to keep on a cruising. Here we got a bus. And you can see that way back to Mindelo. Another detour. Road out. More ramshackle buildings, stray dogs napping. This island is just so freaking Wild West. Okay. Where do I go from here? I guess that away. Ooh, we got actual paved road now. That's a little further. Oh, back to the cobblestone. And there's the water. What happened here? Some kind of a storm or something tore up the road. Probably storm surge. This is Calhao up ahead. Not looking like much of a beach. Let's get a closer look though. Another Wild West town. It's like a miniature castle there. What is this place? Is there anybody actually living here? Wild. Look at this road or whatever. I mean, you get into the middle of town and then the road just goes to absolute crap. How bizarre. What a strange and fascinating place. Where is everybody? All right, let's park right here, do a quick poke around. All right, let's walk to the edge of town up here. I've seen a few vehicles with people in them, of course, but not a single person on the ground yet in Calhao. Gotta be somebody around. I see dogs. Oh, I see the head of a person bobbing along there. There's somebody. Man, I mean, if you designed like the ultimate, absolute picture perfect, like post-apocalyptic wasteland ghost town with the worst landscapes you can possibly come up with, this is it. This is what it would look like. And yet it's still also very interesting, surreal, fascinating, but just look at this. I mean, the lava rocks and the kind of randomly placed homes with shuttered doors and windows, and then under construction, and then these landscapes in the background of, like, you know, remnants of a volcano, which is exactly what they are, I guess. We have a tent up ahead, all torn up looking. There goes somebody. And here is that torn up tent. I think we can go ahead and walk in here. Looks like this building is all boarded up. Just look at this ground. So unforgiving. And this building, my God. How bizarre. What is this place? Such a small little front room. And then what is that, like, alcove thing? I assume it's a home, but I mean, just the absolute worst style of construction ever. This just horrible cement or whatever. And then add this crappy old wind torn apart tent. Look at the inside. God, it is just so horrendously depressing. Okay, let's get a closer look at the water. Again, just such a horrible, horrible backyard. Not too much reason to stop here. I was thinking that when I got to Calhao, maybe it would be a good place to stop and have a beer, hang out, look at the beach. I mean, I was kind of thinking, you know, a bit of a beach scene, but no, it's just utter wasteland. Kind of a trail going out there. And then, was this supposed to be a pool, I would assume? Must be. So there were high hopes for some sort of a nice home by the sea, but everything is just not working out here. Let's hop back on the bike and keep on cruising back towards Mindelo. Another 30 minutes or so to get back, but I will certainly make some more stops along the way and see what else we see. But man, this town is truly unreal. Was there some point at which it was vibrant and somehow these buildings all looked better? Because there's a lot of buildings here that were built to be lived in, but it has most definitely seen better days. right, so there is Bahia de Gatas, about halfway back to Mindelo. More desolate landscapes, but at least we have some very colorful boats here. Wanted to take a look, and then also this just strange abandoned cluster of buildings here. That one has a cross on the side of it. So was this some sort of a like fisherman's inn or something at some point? A fairly large building. Everything all locked up. Look at that. A very sturdy lock there. Ooh, open entrance here, but then everything closed. Everything with locks on it. Just bizarre. What is the story with this place? Very curious. I think I hear voices. Oh yeah, there's somebody on the left. Hola. Hello. Yeah, people inside there. What is going on here? All these little sort of shacks with little spaces in the front. Huh. Very, very strange. All right, let's get over and check out the town, see if it's a little more happening, but not really looking like it from here. Yeah, not looking too happening. Anybody around here? Seems that Mindelo is really the only town on the island with any real life. What is the story? Why these towns with absolutely nobody in them? I guess maybe 50 years ago they were a little bit or hopefully a lot more lively. Let's do a quick poke around. Some nice tile work here. And these homes are kind of nice, but everything else is just so totally neglected. I would definitely be disappointed if I booked an Airbnb here for a few nights. Is there a single restaurant or store open? Bahia de Gatas. I guess that means Cat Bay. Although it should probably be named after the stray dogs, which are now coming after me. Let's get out of here. So this is Salamansa, and there are actually some people around here. I can hear people in there. It says there, Escola, Salamansa School, and I can hear more kids over here. And I've seen a few people walking around, and there are some beaches over here. Still pretty kind of bombed out and in pretty bad shape. And more dogs. So this one up there at least. And out there the beach, and is that parasailing with the sail up there? So you can see the town sprawled across the bottom of that hill. I can see a church up there. So many stray dogs. Oh, and some chickens there. Crêperie chez Zoe. Zoe Kite Club. Is this actually open? Oh, I guess so. This island is so strange. A decent beach here, very windy, choppy. And then as soon as that cloud goes overhead, blocks out the sun, it gets chilled out. So not gonna go in the water today. All right, Sao Vicente is a very, very interesting island like nowhere else. And then across there, that must be Santo Antão, an island that has been highly recommended. I believe there isn't an airport there. You can only get there by ferry from Sao Vicente, probably around Mindelo. It's like an hour ferry journey across. Tomorrow is my last day in Cape Verde. Not sure what I'm going to do, but likely just spend it in Mindelo, make another video there showing more of the town. It has been a very, very enlightening and all-around enjoyable experience seeing these remote, somewhat little-known islands in the Atlantic Ocean. This town is genuinely alive. We got people around. Hold on. Motorbike sounds so bad. get back to Mindelo.